Foxtrot, Yankee Tango, or Fancy Yellow Truck.
FYT, Roger, Roger. This is a KC9VKV. What's the name there?
This is a KC9VKV. What's the name there?
Roger, Roger. I'm only running 100 watts right now. I'm having little amplifier issues, but hopefully you can hear me. If not, that's all right.
Yes, I'm copying you fairly well on my my Georgia SDR. What's the name there?
My Georgia SDR. What's the name there?
The name is Phil, Papa Hotel India Lima.
Roger, Phil, and what's your location, sir?
Roger, Phil, and what's your location?
My location is Valdosta, Georgia, over.
Roger, that's Phil. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, that's Phil, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Right now I'm running the FLEX-6400, about 100 watts output, over.
Roger, come back again with the name of the radio.
Again with the name of the radio.
Flex Radio.
Roger, and what was the model of that Plex?
Roger, and what was the model of that Plex?
6400.
I copy 6400. Is that a Roger?
I copy 6400. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger.
Roger, Phil. Okay, sir, if you would, why don't you tell me about your antenna system in about 10 or 15 seconds, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Roger, Roger. The antenna. Approximately 10 feet off the ground there, over.
Roger, Roger. Well, I couldn't find a better a copy than on my Georgia SDR, so if you would be interested in our transmitter setup, it starts with making sure you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, the wide 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger.
100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger.
Roger, Roger. I'm changing that right now to make it a little bit, okay. I'm in the 100 to 2900 right now, over.
Roger, you are in the 100 to 2900 right now?
Roger, you are in the 100 to 2900 right now?
Roger, Roger, over.
Roger, Roger. Okay, let's go to your compressor processor. We want it on and at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. We're just looking to process about a third of its capability, so we want it on a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Looks like the only thing I have here on this is, and I'm in my iPhone going into it, but it looks like the processor I have a normal setting, and then I have a DX setting, and then if I'm going on, that's a DX.
Roger, Phil, I don't have too good a copy on you, sir. I'm just trying to read in Braille right now. I didn't copy that, but we're on that compressor processor. We just want a few, like 2 or 3 dB of compression on that processor compressor. Roger?
Compression on that processor compressor. Roger?
Roger, Roger. I have the compressor on, and it's set to a normal, and I have 2 settings. This is normal, then I have the DX, then I have the DX Plus. I don't see how to get the on some of the other radios, I know you can get the percentage or the 1 to 100, but I don't have that setting that I'm aware of. Over.
Yes, sir. So we want that the lesser of the two there. We don't want the DX. We just the one that gives you the least compression. Roger.
Just the one that gives you the least compression.
Roger. That's what I have it setting at right now, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, now then, let's go to your SW. Well, let's see here. Your hang on just a moment, please. I got to be back in just a second.
Hang on just a moment, please. I got to be back in just a second.
I had a slight problem there. Okay, we're into your ALC meter now with mic gain in hand. And as you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say it like you would say any other word, and adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
C meter is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
Let me try that through audio. I'm seeing the compression. I have the level up here, but I don't see where I'm getting the ALC there. Over.
Roger. Well, you know, the ALC meter only runs half the length of the other meters. If you'll notice that, the ALC meter only runs about halfway to the other meters. So we're looking for about half of the ALC meter as far as a reading. Roger?
Again, if I can see anything. I feel the compression coming over, but let's see here. Audio. I'm not seeing the right meter, but that's where I usually have it set somewhere on the iPad. I should be about 16. Okay, set it on the mic gain.
Roger. Well, I would have a good copy on you on my local antenna if I didn't have lightning in the vicinity. So tell me what your current mic level is. What is your current mic level at the moment?
What is your current mic level at the moment?
Mic level is 16,
1/6 out of what's your maximum? How many?
1/6 out of what's your maximum? How many?
If you were to turn your mic up all the way, what would you be? What numbers would you have all the way up?
All the way, what would you be? What numbers would you have all the way up?
Okay, so you're running a 16 out of 100. Is that a Roger?
Okay, so you're running a 16 out of 100. Is that a Roger?
Roger.
Okay, so that's pretty hot for a mic input level. So what I would suggest would be to back off your mic about 3 or 4 inches additional from where you are. Back off your mic about 3 or 4 additional inches from where you are, and let me hear you there, Roger.
4 additional inches from where you are, and let me hear you there, Roger.
Yeah, this is in watching back off about 2 inches away there, 2 finger width over.
Roger, Roger. Go ahead and take your compressor all the way out. Go ahead and turn your compressor off and let me hear you.
Turn your compressor off and let me hear you.
Okay, so now let's reset your modulation control as you're looking at your ALC meter and saying the word audio. Adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3.
Your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3.
Roger, Roger. Okay, so tell me what you like best about your radio, and let me hear you, Roger.
Best about your radio, and let me hear you, Roger.
So the radio on the FLEX-6400, I like it to be able to, remote, work with it on the internet inside the house, anywhere from the iPad or iPhone, or also I like the capability of being able to remote into it from out and about around town.
Roger, Roger, Phil. It sounds pretty good. I cannot hear you real clear because I don't have that good a copy on you. I wish I did, so then I could be absolutely positive that we're in good shape. But if you're at a 15 out of 100, I'm sure you're not, pushing it too hard. But that is a pretty steep input level. In other words, somebody's internal mic volume control, they want to see a nominal signal to where that mic volume control is in mid-scale pretty much on that internal mic volume control, and then you have latitudes of plus or minus that you're not going to run into distortion. But if your level is real low going into your mic preamp, like if you're at a 1 out of 100, then you could be approaching distortion on the peaks, because that's a pretty hot level. Instead of running 50%, you're running down around 1% for input level. Roger, Roger?
If you're running down around 1% for input level. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger. You want me to bring the mic gain up and let you hear that? Maybe say around 40 or something?
Well, normally, the radio is probably designed for a 50, input out of 100. 40, 50 would be a nominal input level for that radio, I would think. Roger?
Input level for that radio, I would think. Roger?
Roger, Roger. And it might be better if I was using with a regular mic, like a HIL. It's just like the headset goes, those it's real comfortable to wear, and like I say, the iPhone gain effect is
Roger. Now, Phil, is that a powered mic? Does that happen to be a powered mic?
A powered mic? Does that happen to be a powered mic?
Jim, but it's Bluetooth, but I don't have any way to adjust that I'm aware of anyway right now, the power on the headset. It's got a little boom coming off the earpieces, but it's a Bluetooth directed into my iPhone here, over.
Roger. Now, it could be that it would have a small screwdriver hole in the bottom that you would put a small screwdriver in and turn the volume that way. If it's powered now, if it was powered, it would probably have a battery. It would probably have a battery in it. So you'd probably know if it's powered if it had a battery in it. Roger?
So you'd probably know if it's powered if it had a battery in it. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I do not have a battery in it. It's just a rechargeable headset, I think.
Roger. Well, like I said, I don't have that good a copy on you, but you are over my noise level, so I can tell that you have a pretty good signal. You're modulating fairly well. Just that if we could get it a little cleaner, then I could tell precisely where it is. So maybe next week we might have better propagation there, and I could tell a little bit more about what's going on there. Roger?
I could tell a little bit more about what's going on. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I have the EQ down here, but maybe at this point with the signal being kind of rough, it might be better to maybe leave it as it is there, over.
Yeah, that would be Roger there. I would suggest, though, that you check up on your ALC meter. And where it is and how it works. You can identify it, and then it has a sweet spot on that meter where you would want to keep your modulation, and that's at 7 or 2/3. In other words, just kind of in the middle, maybe to the right of middle, just a little bit there, Roger.
Maybe to the right of middle, just a little bit there, Roger.
Well, Roger, yeah, and you've walked me through another radio surveyor, and I was able to look at my meter, because that particular radio had a meter on it there, but I'll double check on that. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, and your modulation looks pretty good here. It's above the noise, and it's being controlled by the ALC, so you're into ALC limiting, so you're fairly close there. We could probably get it next week if you could check in Friday. Earlier the better. Roger.
Next week if you could check in Friday. Earlier the better. Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Jim, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. N4FYT.
Roger, Phil, and that was pretty clear there. Your EQ curve sounds really good. You got a nice top in there and the mid-range, so that sounds really balanced and nice. And so, with that being said, you're about 3 dB dynamic range, which means I think that your average percent of peak modulation is somewhere around 80 to 85%. So, Phil, let me say 73 to you, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you want to hear your audio or what we have of it, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in about 3,400 Qso-Vlog air check recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
Roger. Thank you so much, Jim, and you have a good weekend. Thank you. We're looking forward to that. N4FYT.
Roger, Phil. Give me that call sign one more time, please.
Roger, Phil. Give me that call sign one more time, please.
The call sign, I believe, is QS4, is November 4. Fancy yellow truck, N4FYT.
Roger, fancy yellow truck. Got it, bud. We'll catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Network. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.